Drive on Mama, buckle up. I'm doing TV here from driveonmama.com, and you want to know how much can you make in a day with Doordash. On Doordash, how much money can you make in one day? We are going to do a dinner shift or pre-dinner shift right along. It's about 4 p.m. Dinner shift really starts 5:30 in my market, but I just ended my dash from 1 o'clock, so I said I might as well start now. We're just going to get a glimpse, if you're in a market that is well, what you can make in a day. So our first order for this dinner shift is $6.75 going 0.8 miles. We're going to get some Starbucks. Okay, that first order was dropped off and the $6.75 went up to $7.75. Then we received another order, $6.75 for 1.1 miles, picking up some pho, and that went up to $9.75. It is now 4:45 p.m. We did decline one, going to a pizza restaurant that has never taken less than 20 minutes of a wait. Then we received our next order, $5.25 for a little bit of miles, and then they sent an add-on for $7 for an additional 2.2. Let's go cut. Okay, the $5.25 remained $5.25, and the $7 went up to $8. And right now we are sitting on the street where parking enforcement just gave us the toot to move, and we just did a U-turn and went to the other side of the street. So I'm going to be looking around to make sure he doesn't come back and still see me. We have accepted our next offer, $7.25 going the mileage you see there, and that's catering bag required. Just know this is a Saturday evening. How much money you can make in a day with DoorDash really depends on the day of the week. In my market, the slowest days are Tuesday and Wednesday, and the slowest times are breakfast. Lunch shift and dinner shift are the most lucrative every single day, and it dies down early for dinner shift on Sunday nights. You have to learn your market and go to the right market in order to make the most money with DoorDash. Don't be afraid to move out of where you live and go somewhere where the median household income is as high as you're willing to go. I drive a half hour and it's worth it to me. In my neighborhood, I have DoorDash, but I probably could not maintain Top Dasher. It's just too many orders for low tips and too many people that order more than 7 miles from their home without caring. Like a $2 tip is good for me to drive 35 minutes to your house. So let's go see if our pizza's ready. We dropped off that order and they tipped wonderfully. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Customer. It was final payout of $35.63, I believe. And then right after that, before we drove off a minute, they sent our next order. It is also a large order, $16.25 going 5 miles and change. This one most likely will not go up. You can tell how it looks on the screen. But so what? This is about to be what? 35 and yeah, 50. And as expected, the $16.25 remains $16.25. The customer tipped $10. The rest was the base pay from DoorDash, and they threw in $1 peak pay at some point. It is like 25 degrees and freezing. Ooh. This weather must have kept the large water program people home, because we arrived back on the avenue and now we have our next order. Another large order, $14, 4.2 miles. Let's go. Okay, that last order went from $14 up to $28 and change. Thank you, Miss Customer. And then we didn't close the dash, but we got we didn't get to the avenue good, but we got our next order. $21 for 3.4 miles. It's 2 orders. They're getting sushi, and I guess they forgot one person's shrimp roll. So not cooked shrimp roll, but sushi shrimp roll. But we're gonna go get it. And that last order went up to $33.12. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Customer. And then we receive a PetSmart. 3 orders going 20 miles, which we declined. And because I was still very close when I declined it, they sent me one with 5 orders, 10 point something miles. I don't even see what the dollar amount is because I was pinching it open trying to see where they were going to send me, and it accepted it. I'm not doing all 5. I looked at the addresses. I'm going to do 3 out of the 5, and then I'm going to unassign the 2 that are furthest away, and I have already hit stop all orders, so when I unassign those 2, they can't try to send me more. But let's go get some pet things. And we have the 3 orders that we're going to take. 1 big bag of dog food for one customer, 2 bags of cat food on the bottom that you can't see for another, and the aquarium on the top for the third. The other two customers were going very far, even though it was only showing 5 miles. That would be a 5-mile trip that takes a half hour, going deep into the city. So we're just going to stay local, and we'll know what the final amount is at the end. And it said my completion rate was going to go down to 95% by unassigning the first one. And then when I went to unassign the second one, it said my completion rate would go down to 90. I don't know how it jumps 5, but we'll double check at the end. Okay, so for those 3 PetSmart orders, we were paid $19.82, and it is now 8:38 p.m. and things are slowing down. We just accepted our possibly last order. We have to see how long it takes us. $20 going 13.3 miles. Let's go pick up some Peruvian chicken. Right, the food is in the hot bag in the car, and I just wanted to update. Oh, this cold is taking my breath away. Update you. My completion rate did not go down to 90%. It is at 94%. I don't know if they were doing that to scare me or if they were anticipating that I was going to unassign all 5, because from the algorithm and the patterns, they know I don't like picking up at PetSmart. But it's only at 94%, so we're safe there. Let's go deliver. And that last order did remain at the $20. The customer tipped 8. The rest was the Doordash pay. And then we ended our dash. This has been the best dinner shift of 2024. I think we ended with $164 and change. And that would be our second dash for today. So how much money can you make with DoorDash in a day? It depends on how many hours you want to put in. Now, we ended that dash, it was like 9:03, 9:05, and we had started it at 4 o'clock, 3:58. We came down and we started at 1 p.m. and then worked to about 3:40, and then started the second dash after taking a restroom break. But are we done for the night? No, because I missed 2 days due to the weather. So we're gonna be out here for some more. We just took our first nighttime dashing order, $16, 5 miles. Let's go get some. We dropped that order off. It did remain the same, and then we came back to the avenue, and we should have paused the dash because we went into Giant to buy dinner for tomorrow. Roast chicken, rice, and some green beans. And we asked for cash back at the register. They did not have it. So we had to wait for the manager to come and go to customer service. And now I'm going to be late to the pickup. It's a batched order, $14.75 for something like 10 or 11 miles. I am unassigning the one furthest away, so I don't know what the $14.75 is going to go down to. We're still going to pick it up. We're not going to unassign 2 orders, but I'm going to have a contract violation because I am arriving to the store 2 minutes late. Yay me. Okay, we did drop off the one order, the 7-Eleven only, and we did not pick up the local sandwich shop's order, but I did capture the address. From the drop-off, the first customer, they were like less than 2 miles away, and we were paid $8.50. Took about 8 minutes to drive from the pickup. I put in the next customer's address from that first customer, and they live right off the main highway, so it's not big of a difference either way. Another 20 minutes of driving. You want somebody to deliver you a Philly cheesesteak at 11 something at night, and you're not even throwing them $4. I bet you it's like $2 or no tip at all. But I won't be finding out. Somebody else will get that joy. But we have our next order. $8, 1.9 miles, and they did throw on a $1 peak pay because not a lot of people are out here in this cold. Let's see if this will be. And that last order is dropped off, and there was a hidden tip, meaning that they showed us $8, but we received $9, and we have reached our goal. How much money can you make on DoorDash in a day in 2024? It's going to depend on your market, but my goal I set out for myself today was $300, and we made it. $300 and I believe 95 cents. We started at 1:09 p.m. and then we worked till about 3:40, then logged back on at 3:58, and then logged off again at 9 something, and then logged back on again at 9:31, and it is now 11:55. It is bitter cold, 21 degrees, and we are taking our tail home. Hopefully this helps someone, and drive home, mama.